Good evening, my impatiens. Hi, how are you doing? So, is the truth my mother and stepfather had nefarious intentions from 2005 to 2011? Is the truth they betrayed me in secret? Is the truth they intentionally set out to break me? Is the truth I was tortured by my family? Is that the truth? Is the truth my mother and stepfather were torturing me? Um, somebody said, or the truth is you are loved, Andrew. Your mother and stepfather were not trying to kill you while creating a facade. They were helping you. Um, you know, their intentions were not to kill you. You know, they were not trying to make you the blue blazer from the WWE. They were not trying to kill you. This is not true. Somebody says, "How did the open mic go?" It could have gone worse. Could have gone worse. It didn't go great, but it could have gone worse. So he says, "How did the non-binary joke go?" It didn't. It didn't really go over, and not because the joke was offensive. It wasn't developed enough. Um, I went back to some jokes that I had honed out a lot more, and those seemed to go over a lot better. The problem was it needs more time to cook. It needs more work. I need to put more effort into that joke. Something I tend to get um, is ideas of reference delusions that people are referencing me with their acts. Like, for example, somebody said I made a joke about like brain damage and having a stroke by 40, and how because you're isolated, you're going to die. You're really young, and I'm like thinking to myself, obviously that's very similar to me. And I'm thinking they were referencing me, but apparently that's not so. I got a lot of ideas of reference. Also somebody else made a joke. I don't know. I forget exactly what the other joke was that I thought was a reference. Yeah, I mean, it was somebody says, "Do you see Sabrina Carpenter made a song called Man Child?" Yeah, I mean, obviously, um, it triggered ideas of reference that she knows who I am, and there's references to me in there. Um, but you need to remind yourself, you're not the center of the universe, and um, none of these people are referencing you with their acts. The comedians that tonight weren't referencing me, and neither is Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not the center of the universe. Nobody cares I exist, quite frankly. And that's just what I have to accept. So he says, "I'm going to give it a listen, but that does sound like a coincidence." Yeah, yeah. I mean, I felt like the elephant in the room there. I felt like everybody was going in there with positive energy, trying to make people laugh. I felt like I was a real downer. I felt like everybody was focused on me in a critical way. I was having panic attacks. And there were some, believe it or not, it wasn't a complete sausage fest tonight. There were some cute women there. And I was having difficulty making eye contact with them. I was having difficulty looking at them. It was just really, really, really not good. I think really trying to go to mental health recovery groups. No, I don't. I think it was really more so than the psychosis. I think it was more really bad anxiety. Like panic attacks, wanting to run out of there. I think it was just really fucking bad anxiety. Obviously, the idea of reference delusions that everybody's referencing me is problematic too. But I think it's just anxiety to such a point where I just want to stay home, anxious and agoraphobic. You know. Taylor says, "Be proud you got out of the house." Yeah, at least I can be applauded. And some of the jokes went over. I mean, there was this guy. I think his name. I don't want to go give out his name, but I mean, he was smirking. I mean, there were some smirks in the audience. So he says, "Do it again next Friday, but take a Xanax beforehand." Yeah, it's a good idea, Rusty. It's kind of like I'm in this nightmare I can't wake up from. Uh, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it. It's like I'm in this nightmare I can't wake. I guess try to. Somebody says you could take your medication. You could take the Lamictal. Um, yeah, the antidepressing, mood stabilizing medications. Somebody says take your medications, learn how to cook, get a job, and maybe I need to realize, stop doing comedy for the. I mean, it was good I got out there and did it. I know some people want me to go back next week, but somebody says take your medication, take your medication, Andrew. On a lighter note, you remember that woman who I went on a date with several weeks ago, maybe months ago now, and it turned out she was just, you know, um, she asked if I wanted to get together to have a beer. Yeah, the catfish woman. So something tells me that's probably a bad idea, and I should focus on, real people. Maybe go to meet. Taylor says I don't think you should do it. Oh, Taylor says I think you should do it. Yeah, the lady who took a picture. Yeah. Why do you think I should do? Why do you think I should do it? Somebody says she was a real woman, but she might have had nefarious intentions. Dead cop says I don't know. I don't trust her. Somebody says you really didn't have a chance to get to know her. That's true. I don't really know her. To be honest with you, I don't really know her that well. Rusty says by all means do it, but if you get confronted by a man in a pickle suit, run. Yeah, I would love to. I mean, unfortunately, the first date was such a train wreck, and what proceeded to happen afterwards was such a train wreck that I'm kind of. Taylor says there's nothing to lose, and that's true. Um, I don't know. I'll think about it, or maybe I could try to meet some people in the mental health community. I am. Somebody says, "Can you record your stand-up sets?" Yeah, that would be cool to record my stand-up sets. La, 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 la. Yeah. So what can I do tomorrow? So if you were me, you would socialize with this woman. You would go out with this woman. I mean, she kind of rejected me. Here's this: if it's in a safe public place. Somebody says she literally already set you up. Somebody says I wouldn't personally. That picture thing was weird. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I guess. Don't get fooled again. Maybe I need a good nap, a nice gym workout. Maybe I don't know who I can socialize with tomorrow, but keep the socialization coming. Uh, so I practiced. I got out there. I did some comedy. I mean, I did it. For what it's worth, I did what I said I was going to do earlier today. So at the very least, I deserve a pat on the back, even though I don't think they're gonna, be touring me at Madison Square Garden all over the country doing comedy. I got out of the house. I did a 5 minute set. I saw some people. Some people were smirking and laughing, and you know, I think it was successful overall. I don't think I'm going to be making money from it but it was good to get out and be amongst humans. It was good to be out and be amongst humans instead of sitting in solitary confinement in my room. That's what I need to do more of. Get out and be amongst humans. So this was good. This was good. Now do that again tomorrow. I don't know where to go tomorrow, but do that again tomorrow. I don't know if open mic is really my cup of tea, Taylor. Um, I think I want to be around women. I want to socialize with women. I don't want to. I don't want to walk. Somebody says go to a bar. That's an idea. Somebody says you got to let the ladies come up to you, buddy. Something I struggle with when I'm around the ladies, because there were a lot of ladies in the open mic this evening. One of the ladies was actually really was young, cute, and funny, which is a rare combination. And sometimes I have a tendency to really just be hyper focused on the ladies and just stare at them with this intense stare and stare at them right in the face. Not just the ladies, the guys too. I just stare at people, and I'm just so socially awkward, and I'm so self conscious, and I'm so anxious. It's just really bad. I gotta really practice my social skills. Tell us is you really got to work on this. You really got to work on this, but it's good. I got out there today. I did it. I got out there. I was in the real world. I practiced some comedy, and just keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Keep doing things. Do something tomorrow. Get out of your solitary fantasy world and engage with people in real life. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna hit the hay. I think I'm gonna take a, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for watching. I mean, I think overall it was good to get out of the house. The comedy was and try to meet somebody in the mental health community. Somebody says, "Do you get a high from performing?" Yeah, I sometimes I feel good after I perform, as if it's a successful performance. If it's a bad performance, I feel badly afterwards. But I do get a high from performing. Yeah, I like doing it. I think that's the reason I do it, because I sometimes, if I have a really good performance, I feel really good afterwards. All right, guys, have a good night.